So here's another episode I would like to discuss. It is actually called D.W The Picky Eater. If you don't know which show is this, I'm gonna tell you. This show is actually from PBS Kids, Arthur. Unfortunately for that, Arthur is already cancelled this year. It was really sad. So eventually, D.W The Picky Eater is actually the second season of Arthur, and it's the third episode of the series. It's based on the book of the same name by Mark Brown. So, what is it all about? So when D.W and Arthur return home from the grocery store with their mother, D.W asks if Jane bought her the red Freezy Pops because she only likes the red kind. But Arthur definitely tells that the orange and purple flavors are also good. D.W insists that the red tastes better. So orange and purple flavors and red. I just say orange is actually an orange, purple is like a grape, and red probably strawberry, basically in my opinion. When Jane Reed apparently tells D.W that she can have a Freezy Pop, but she actually helps to put away the groceries and hands her a fish. D.W drops the fish and exclaims that it's looking at her, but she never eaten a fish before. When Arthur actually taunts D.W with a song for being scared of the fish, D.W says she isn't scared, but she always hates food. D.W unpacks the remaining groceries, and suddenly she saw a packet of spinach to say that it's the worst, most disgusting food in the universe. Well, I love spinach actually. I love spinach. Basically, in my opinion, I love spinach, including palak panya. I had spinach before and it's so good. I love spinach, especially on the Korean rice dish bibimbap. Alright. So after the title card goes, at dinner, D.W tried a new recipe, which is Hawaiian shrimp. The rest of the family, including Kate, enjoys the shrimp. But D.W actually refuses to eat it because it's from the smelly fish family. But D.W apparently states that she loves to eat peanut butter and jelly, strawberry, chocolate ice cream, birthday cake, and chocolate without nuts. To Arthur's disappointment. So basically, I do love nuts. I love nuts on chocolate. Well, apparently there's actually a food guideline to say that you definitely have to be careful about what food you're eating, and it depends on you, what you're really allergic to. If you're allergic to these kind of foods, I suggest you stay away and don't try and eat those kinds of food, because I do believe one time I remember my friend almost gave a chocolate with peanuts, and that can seriously kill her. But anyways, let's just begin. When the family goes out to eat at the restaurant, Arthur orders fried chicken, D.W orders a salad, David orders a steak, and Jane orders soup. D.W begins to remove all the vegetables from her salad, and suddenly she gets very angry, and there's also spinach in the salad instead of lettuce. She then removes the cucumbers, mushrooms, and onions. Well, according to my opinion, I love mushrooms and onions. Cucumbers, I don't really take it a lot. I don't kind of like them. I only like the sweet ones. You put them in sauce, it's good, And I also love lettuce as well. So apparently when it lands onto the waiter, it shocks all the customers, and he decides to quit the job as he marches away because of D.W's anger. When the family returns home, Grandma Tora apparently asks if they have a good time, but explains all the trouble D.W caused by Arthur. However, D.W could not go to any more restaurants until she proves herself that she can behave better. However, Arthur convinces D.W to like spinach. So apparently, during the first day, Buster actually calls D.W up into the treehouse and starts eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. However, Buster did add spinach, and D.W spits it out. Suddenly, when they went to Muffy's house, Bailey had served them a plate of hot spinach, and D.W had told them spinach is her favorite food. But Muffy freaks out after a fly lands on her. When Francine actually fed baby Kate some spinach, it was a trick, But D.W explains that she's not a baby, and both of them begin to argue. But D.W flicks the spoon and makes a stain on Arthur's shirt. Buster then pretends to be Grandma Tora and asks Arthur if D.W is coming. D.W asked if she can join, but she joined, and she'll just try new foods. On the night of Grandma Tora's birthday, the family actually went to an Once Upon a restaurant, and D.W hopes that she can have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches without spinach, but she promises to try new food. When the waiter actually arrives with the food, the parents actually got served with Tweedledee and Tweedledum lobsters, Wicked Witch weenies, which are baked beans. I'll just say Wicked Witch weenies are actually like baked beans with hot dogs. It's actually the name from the character of the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz. Arthur then ordered this dish in this episode. And Tweedledee and Tweedledum lobsters are actually characters from Lewis Carroll's book Alice in Wonderland, and D.W got the Little Bo Peep bought pie. However, the pie was actually filled with spinach. D.W then tries it and says it was good. She manages to finish all the spinach in the pie, but glad to their horror, D.W tries it with the rest of the pie that had a smile. So eventually, the waiter who had the bowl of spinach landed on her head. The waiter was at the Once Upon a restaurant. The reason why he got a new job is because D.W was throwing a tantrum for not eating a salad. So basically, they have a game right here, which is called D.W the Picky Eater. It's based on a book, and it's based on the Living Books game as well. Even though I haven't played it yet, some of them apparently have different scenes. Like D.W doesn't go to a Chinese restaurant and ends up being stuck with a babysitter. While for instances, D.W ends up staying at Emily's house trying spaghetti. So this is actually different from the show and the book, including the computer game. But even though the computer game is not here anymore, I just say the computer game apparently was released in the late 2000s. So eventually that was discontinued, and the rest of the Arthur games on the Living Book site, they didn't have that kind, you know. Anyways, I think that's all for now, and this is me signing